What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and today I'm doing kind of a follow-up to a video I did a couple days ago, which is following the career of the #1 overall pick. If you want to check that video out, it's on the channel. It's a career sim. It's in that playlist. We're doing the complete opposite, following the career of Mr. Irrelevant. If you don't know the term Mr. Irrelevant, every year it's the title of the player taken at the very last pick in the 7th round of the draft. Now, the pick can change year to year based on, whether there are a bunch of compensatory picks or not. It kind of will vary, but usually it's like 250 something. So we'll see what it is. It's going to be less in this because there are no compensatory picks in the Madden draft, which you'd like for them to add that at some point. I think it's kind of stupid that they don't have it. But yeah, we're following the career of Mr. Irrelevant, whoever that will be. It's not a rebuild. We've done plenty of rebuilds on the channel, and we'll continue to do those. But this is just following the career of whoever it happens to be. Now, based on chat feedback, the chat or the comment section wants me to put the guy in a position to succeed. So we're going to say storyline. He fought, earned a spot in training camp, and will end up starting, but probably as a super low overall to whatever team ends up having the last pick. And it will be the Seattle Seahawks? Chiefs, maybe? Yeah, probably the Chiefs, right? The Rams? I'm not counting to the end. The Bucks? The Bucks won the Super Bowl. All right, yeah. But, yeah, it would greatly benefit me if you guys were to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Absolutely love the support. You guys have been awesome lately. And we'll see who the Bucks take and then switch over to the Bucks and follow this guy's career. Should we check out the draft board? Who is the best player available? We don't have a lot of guys scouted at this point. Who are the Bucks going to take? Let's see. Tyquan Simpson, left end out of Fresno State. All right, well, he's going to be thrown into the fire right away as a 62 overall. Only normal development, 22 years old. Tyquan Simpson. Does he do anything well? He's got decent power moves, actually. So maybe as just a pure rusher, he could end up being okay. We'll have to see. Okay, so unfortunately for this Bucs defense, they've got kind of a weaker player being added in Tyquan Simpson. Now, they actually did draft a stud in Devontae Perry at USC. Devontae? Hold on a second. Devin, maybe? I don't know about Devontae, but we're going to add Tyquan Simpson to our right end spot. And he'll be a rush end or maybe even a rush D tackle as well. We got to get him playing somehow, but not exactly a stud. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe he gets lucky, gets put in the right scheme, right system to do some damage. I mean, he's 6'5", 305. He's going to be a rush D tackle, and he's going to be playing over Ndamukong Suh, Devontae Perry. I mean, this is following the career of Mr. Irrelevant, man. I mean, he might never be good. I mean, there's a really high percentage chance of that. Hopefully he can catch a dev trait with a good rookie season, but it's highly doubtful. So this team actually did go 11-5. Really good start, but it's not really what we care about. We care about Tyquan Simpson. How well did he play individually? Is his overall up a lot? He's up to a 65, which I guess isn't terrible. 76 power moves, 76 speed. Like, there is something to work with here. His finesse moves is so terrible. He's got some interesting traits. Big hitter. He's a team player. You better be. If you're getting taken last in the draft, you better be a team player. He had half a sack, 10 tackles for loss, 36 tackles, so really didn't offer much of a pass rush at all. But I gotta say, not a terrible rookie season. You gotta imagine that, like, yeah, half a sack is pretty bad. But also, he is a 305-pound defensive end. He's basically a defensive tackle. So you're really not going to be expecting big things from him. As Antoine Winfield gets Defensive Player of the Year votes. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year. Do we have any votes? Devontae Perry is in there. And Tyquan Simpson actually finishes at number 8. So not too bad. So we're going to buy D-line training boost as well as increased player weekly goal XP. And really try to get Tyquan Simpson into being a beast. I think it's unlikely we ever see him really be good, but it's not impossible. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through the playoffs. Maybe he'll get a development trade up to star. I really, really doubt it. Didn't end up making the Super Bowl, but did Tyquan Simpson get a development trait increase? That's what I want to see. No. Where even is he? He disappeared. Where's Tyquan Simpson? There he is. He's a 66 overall. Still normal development. He's certainly a work in progress. And something that I've noticed is, like, power moves just is not the wave. So I think we're going to have to change the scheme in order for that to be effective at all. I don't know what the best role for him is. If we go to league stats here, I want to see like what the most sacks were from a power rusher, especially from a power rushing D tackle, and I think maybe we can put him more in a position to succeed depending on the scheme. Khalil Mack is not really a good fit. Aaron Donald's going to have both power and finesse moves at a crazy high level, so that's not really a good example. Jadeveon Clowney, I mean, is more power move oriented, but also is an outside linebacker. JJ Watt is going to have amazing for both. I need somebody who's not well balanced at all. Yeah, this is the one. Grady Jarrett. We need to put him in a position to succeed like Grady Jarrett. I mean, do we go Atlanta playbook? That feels not great. Eutergros Matos is interesting, because he had a lot of sacks and really, like, his attributes aren't that good. Maybe we try what the Panthers got working? I don't know. Because I will say at the end of the day here, I really don't care about how the Bucs do. This isn't a rebuild. I don't care about the Bucs. I only care about Tyquan Simpson. He probably won't even be on the Bucs his entire career. I'm going to change him to a right end. And who knows? Maybe he'll end up being a monster at some point. His power moves really isn't all that bad. So if we can just continually force him into playing a lot of snaps, maybe he'll do something. Let's change his number too. 77 is kind of boring. There are no numbers available in the 90s. We're going to give him 69. I'm such a child. Nice. I will say, though, that these Bucs uniforms are so nice. Like, I love them. Thankfully, they went back to these because the alarm clock Bucs uniforms were just disgusting. I mean, I guess I'll do them a favor. I'll move... Should I move Levante David over or Devin White? Let's move Devin White to outside linebacker. It doesn't make a huge difference. And of course, I do have to go back and make him a rush D tackle, so he'll actually hopefully get after the quarterback. Tyquan Simpson, 65 overall rush D tackle. His power moves is approaching the 80s. He might actually do something this year. I sure hope that he does, but we'll find out in a minute as we simulate to the playoffs. Did not make the playoffs, finished at 7-9, so maybe Panthers playbook isn't all that. But how did Tyquan Simpson do? That's the big question, right? Was he actually good? Tackles for loss. I don't see him in there. He had 5. He also had a sack. So there is that. He had double what he had last year, and he played 848 downs. So he really is just terrible. He's not going to get votes for anything. There's not really even a need to even check it out. Say, oh, maybe Defensive Player of the Year. No. I mean, he was just overall just awful. He's up to a 69 overall. Nice. But as far as actual attributes go, he's pretty brutal. He does have 84 power moves. So who knows? Maybe this next season he'll be great. 84 power moves is like pretty good. Just got to find his actual role. It might be as a true D tackle. Maybe it's off the edge. Yikes, but we'll see. Off to the next season. Season number 3 for Tyquan Simpson. I need to figure out what his contract is because I think it scales down the draft board the lower in the draft it is, the fewer guaranteed years. So he might actually not have 4 years guaranteed. And the CPU is handling everything, by the way. I should mention that. So they'll bring in free agents, draft guys, sign guys, re-sign guys, all that. So is Tyquan Simpson even still here? He is. 2 years remaining, so it is the default 4-year rookie contract. He's not getting paid a whole lot. But he's, approaching the 70s. He's 24 years old. So Basically, what we have here is just one of the older rookies who would be a decent overall, like if he were actually a rookie in this draft class. So, I mean, he's developing somewhat nicely. For what was he in the draft? Like a 62 overall? I mean, he was pretty brutally bad. They brought in Melvin Ingram. It's a mistake. Actually, you know what? It's not. Because Tyquan Simpson, we're going to give him a shot at D tackle. He's a 68 overall at defensive tackle. So that's not great. I think it comes down to that 61 block shed is so bad. But maybe he'll dominate there. You never know. Okay, here's our main rush D tackle. Show me a big season number 3, Tyquan. What do you got? The Bucs are back in the playoffs. It's got to be Tyquan Simpson that's propelling us back there. He is the heart and soul of the team. Simpson is a 70 overall. So he's gone up 2 overall points. Probably would be slightly higher at right end. Maybe a 71, 72. 86 power moves, though. He's such a chunky boy at 305 pounds. I don't know that he's built to play defensive end, and I don't think he has a block shed to be a good defensive tackle for us. I think that's the biggest problem right now, where I'm not sure he's ever really going to develop. I mean, he had a bad season as well. 45 tackles, career high. 12 for loss, career high, but only half a sack. Now, I will say a lot of that is Madden simulation being terrible, because he really shouldn't be making many tackles for loss with his awful block shed, but his power moves is actually really good, yet he still creates no pressure. 86 power moves and half a sack? Something's not adding up. Vita Vea had 12 sacks. How? He's got to play the Vita Vea role. We're going and doing whatever Jacksonville's doing. Another year of not making the Super Bowl. Again, I'm not really going to bother checking out like any of the real advanced awards, because I really doubt we're going to see Tyquan Simpson anywhere in there. Like best D-line, he really shouldn't have gotten any votes, and he didn't. He's just not doing enough right now. If he can get his sack numbers up, yeah, we'll check it out, but he's just averaging, what, 0.75 sacks a year? Because he had one and then half, like 0.5. Actually, he may have even had, was it half or 0.5 last year? Another half sack? So I don't even know what that adds up to. It would probably be like 0.8 something, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, it's not good. As, oh my goodness, the Bucs are trying to replace Tyquan Simpson. It won't happen. He's still going to be rush D tackle 1. He's playing next to Fletcher Cox now. So, oh, we got to add him back in. Oh my goodness. They're trying to take him out. We are forcing him into the starting lineup. You imagine being a Bucs fan and being like, hey, we have all these good players, yet still consistently every year, Tyquan Simpson is playing over everyone. He's got 86 power moves, though. Make a play. Actually getting more than a sack in a year, please. It's impossible, maybe, but sometimes the impossible can become reality. We're going to simulate to the playoffs. Let's go, Tyquan. Make a play. Last season under contract. Will he get extended? Maybe. I mean, that'll be interesting to see. Did not make the playoffs, but how did Tyquan Simpson do? Did we go 4-12? Did I read that right? Yikes. Jacksonville defense wasn't doing it for the rest of the team, but what about for Tyquan? Tackles for loss. Tyquan Simpson, 14 tackles for loss, 46 tackles. Also ties his career high for sacks in a year with 1. I mean, these numbers are so pedestrian. Half a sack, 1 sack, half a sack, 1 sack. I mean, this is probably his best year ever. Most tackles for loss, tied for most sacks, had a deflection. He had a block kick in his second year. What in the world? He's not going to get any votes for D-line of the year. I'm not looking at it. But I will be interested to see if he actually gets re-signed or if he signs with another team in free agency. He's probably going to be a journeyman. Could sign with another team. Wouldn't shock me. Let's see if they extended him. Lions, Bengals, Super Bowl. Holy. All right, we'll see. Is Tyquan Simpson headed to free agency? Or do the Bucs realize they have a hidden gem? It's fool's gold, maybe. I have no defensive tackles on the entire roster. They're all gone, including my boy, Tyquan Simpson. Okay, so the team went after Josh Sweat. I just turned off auto free agent bidding so we can find Tyquan Simpson in free agency. And he's going to be down here somewhere. There he is, 26-year-old defensive tackle, 72 overall. But he offers a lot as a premium power rusher. Now, I know you look at his numbers, you say, hey, he's played for 4 seasons and has 3 career sacks. I get that. I get that. But who knows? Could be valuable to a team. Currently, doesn't seem to be a lot of interest on the free agent market for him. Simulate to free agency 3. I mean, if some of these guys can't get offers, I don't think Tyquan Simpson is leaving free agency. Oh, shoot. Is he gone? Oh, no, there he is. I got excited for him. Tyquan Simpson might be sitting in free agency forever. Okay, let's check free agency here in 2025. I mean, if Kyle Fuller can't get on a team, if this guy Dalton Burst, a 78 overall 25-year-old corner with 90 speed and 85 man coverage, can't get on a team, same thing for Deion Brookins. If these guys can't get on teams, I'm not feeling great about my man Tyquan Simpson. He's only 26, but he is not on a team right now. I'm not sure if that's going to change. We will simulate to the playoffs and see if anything changes, but I suspect he's still going to be in free agency, maybe for the rest of his career. End of the regular season. Some guys got picked up. Tell me they gave Tyquan Simpson a chance. Nope, he's still there. Had his 27th birthday, and he's just still sitting in free agency. We'll simulate to next season. Hopefully Tyquan Simpson gets picked up, but I'm not going to wait for his career to be over just watching free agency. We'll give it another year or two, and if he doesn't get picked up, it's kind of going to be the end of things here. Yep, still sitting in free agency after another offseason. He's clearly not developing because he's not on a team. Again, we'll give it one more season, but I'm not feeling good about it. Is Tyquan Simpson just still sitting in free agency after another year? Sure is. Another birthday pass for Tyquan. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think he's ever going to play in another NFL game. It's sad he just can't get on a team. We'll do one more offseason. If he's not on a team, he's not going to be playing. There's no way anyone picks him up at, what, 28, 29 years old? So that's interesting. Tyquan Simpson is not in free agency, but I don't think this is good news. I think more than likely he said, you know what? I suck. I'm retiring, which is sad. I spoke too soon. Tyquan Simpson is back. The Jags gave him a chance. He regressed a little bit. Am I the Jags? It's going to look like I just signed him. No, I'm the Bucks. So the Jags signed him. That's fun. Let me go to salaries here and see what type of contract he's on. Tyquan Simpson, I thought he was done, man. Signed a 1-year deal worth $790K to join the Jaguars. And guess what? He's going to start. There's Vita Vea. He had like 10 plus sacks. Maybe this is the year for Tyquan Simpson. Maybe he's going to go off. Okay, we got Tyquan Simpson in there at defensive tackle 2 and rush defensive tackle 2. Vita Vea put up really, really good numbers in the same system. So now it's time for my guy Tyquan. Showcase your power moves. Get after the quarterback. It's make or break. He has 1 year left on maybe his entire NFL career. Sat in free agency for years and then came back, got another chance. You got to make the most of it, Tyquan. Got to make the most of it. So this team made the playoffs. Tell me Tyquan Smith did something to help them do it. We won the division. Or Tyquan Simpson. Tyquan Smith. Oopsie. Sorting by sacks. It's not good. 1 sack for Tyquan Simpson. 12 tackles for loss, but at a career high 50 tackles, 40 solo tackles, 3 pass deflections, and a blocked kick. Man, he actually was amazing by his standards. Still didn't have more than 1 sack, so that's not great. But this team's making a playoff run, just crushed in the divisional, or in the wild card, and then got crushed in the divisional. Nah, lost by 10, but it'll be interesting to see if Tyquan Simpson goes to another team, or if that's the end of his NFL journey. Almost said jersey there. I want to cancel this sim real quick, just to see if he got another opportunity here in Jacksonville. Nope, they got rid of every defensive tackle. It's not looking good for Tyquan Simpson. He's going to regress, though, a little bit, right? Maybe he even retired. He didn't retire, so he's going to be in free agency. I wonder if anyone will even sign him. It's like, it's not looking good. Kevin Byard can't get on a team. He's super old, so I guess I kind of get it. Where's Tyquan Simpson? Sitting in free agency as a 29-year-old. He is regressing a little bit. Maybe he just actually stayed the same. Hard to say. He's only a 71 overall. I don't think he's going to get on a team again. Tell you what, I'll follow the rest of his career until retirement. If he does get on a team, I'll let you know. If not, we'll outro the video here in a minute. So Tyquan Simpson, he's been in the league for 8 years. He's 30 years old. The reason and he's regressing a little bit. The reason I'm checking back in is because I worry greatly that he's going to retire and we won't be able to check his all-time stats. But I also don't think we can check his all-time stats because he's not on a team. So you're just going to have to remember that he has like 4 career sacks. I don't know if we can check his all-time numbers. Yeah, so we actually can't check his all-time numbers unless he's on a team. And I know it's going to be like, why don't you sign him, sign him, sign him? It's because that's not how it is in the NFL, man. Like, some guys, they just fizzle out. They're journeymen. I don't want to, like, greatly affect how this rebuild, or not rebuild, how this video goes following his career. We already made him start every year that he was on a team, and he really did not make the most of those opportunities, clearly. But we'll see. I think he's probably going to end up retiring after this season, if I had to guess. He hasn't retired yet. He's really given football everything he's got. You got to, say hats off to him. He's not retiring. He hasn't really been on a team in a while. It's 2029. I mean, he's down to a 68 overall. He's 31 years old. I don't know why you just won't retire, Tyquan. I really can't see him ever being on another team again. He's just too bad. He's too old. There's no upside. I know I'm just really coming at his soul right now, but can you blame me? He still hasn't retired. Think about your family, Tyquan. They can't see you trying to live out this dream still. You got to give it up. It's just devastating. Month after month, year after year, Tyquan Simpson sits behind the phone. Yeah, not beside it, behind it. He hides, looking for it, waiting for it to ring, and no one ever calls. Down to a 66 overall at 32 years old. Maybe this is the season he gets signed, he thinks to himself. No, Tyquan. You're not going to get signed. No way. Tyquan Simpson is still trying to live out the dream. No one is signing him. What are you thinking, Tyquan? There's no interest. There's no phone calls or no tryouts or no workouts. Hang up the cleats. That's interesting. I don't see him in free agency, but there's no way he got picked up by a team. So I'm a little bit confused. Did I just miss him in the retiring section? There's no way he's on a team. Yeah, he's not on a team. I guess he just wasn't in the retirement section. But yeah, I mean, he's not in free agency. I don't know. He must have hung up the cleats and I missed his name, or he wasn't shown. But he's no longer in free agency either. He retires at what, 33 years old? And he was really awful. He gave it his best shot, but in the end, it was an uphill battle. Last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. Stayed on some teams, got a second contract with what, the Jaguars? But in the end, just really couldn't keep his spot, unfortunately, for Tyquan Simpson. But that's going to do it for the video. Tyquan Simpson's family can finally rest their minds at ease, knowing that Tyquan's finally going to go do whatever he's going to do. Mechanic, maybe, I don't know. But that's going to do it. If you want to see part 2 where he's a mechanic, let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.